husbandry is closer to history of mankind than mathematics. Hello and a very warm welcome to this special edition of Rajya Sabha Television. Veterinary science has played a very important role in fostering animal and human health, biomedical research and ensuring food safety and security. In fact, India has a rich tradition of animal husbandry and veterinary science, and the Pandav brothers, Nakul and Sehdev, are considered to be the first vets of India. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated." India has enormous and diverse animal wealth, generating livelihood opportunities for millions. Total livestock population in the country is over 512 million, the largest in the world. Animal farming in India is largely pursued as a complementary or supplementary activity. Livestock is integrated in the farming activity. An average rural household earns more than 12% of its net income from animals. Animals give food and fuel for humans and manure for farms while eating leftovers and byproducts from crop cultivation. Investment in animal wealth and integrating it with crop production systems can contribute to income growth and equity. And that's where veterinary science assumes paramount importance. Veterinary medicine is the branch of medicine that deals with the prevention, diagnosis and treatment of disease, disorder and injury in animals. The scope of veterinary medicine is wide, covering all animal species, both domesticated and wild, with a wide range of conditions which can affect different species. Veterinary science professionals are commonly known as vets. They play a vital role in safeguarding both human and animal health by securing an adequate supply of safe food and protecting humans and animals from the spread of zoonotic diseases. And in this edition, I'll take you to Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University, Tirupati. The mission of this university is to facilitate sustainable growth and development of livestock by developing competent human capital. The establishment of Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University was the culmination of efforts during the period 1955 to 2006. To strengthen education and services in the fields of veterinary science. The university promotes research in production and post-harvest technology, including processing and marketing in veterinary, dairy and fishery science. It also undertakes the extension of such science to the rural people of the state of Andhra Pradesh and India.
This year we got best veterinary university in the south, third best university in the country. In south ours is number 1 university. So it has got its own glamour of attracting meritorious students, and the placement is so good that they will go as field veterinary doctors, or they can go for abroad for PhD studies, and many of scientists are there in abroad, alumni or students are there. They are contributing enough for this university. Around we have got more than 268 faculty members are there, and more than 75% of the faculty, they are all national awardees, and their publication has been accepted and projected, and they got lot of laurels for the college as well as to the university. That is the reason, because of the publication only, we could able to stand number 1 in the South India.
But what puts this university firmly on the veterinary map of India is its pathology museum. The museum has different specimens of different pathological conditions of different species of animals. You can see here from liver of the tiger to spleen of the wolf to intestine of the lion. This museum boasts of more than 500 such specimens. Department of Veterinary Pathology in College of Veterinary Science, Tirupati was established in the year 1956 by the eminent veterinary pathologist Dr. A. Shastri, who received first doctorate of veterinary pathology in India. Dr. N.R. Gopal Naidu was the founder of this pathology museum. His inspiration prodded the faculty members to develop it into one of the best veterinary pathology museums in India. Veterinary pathologists work in animal disease surveillance, prevention, diagnosis and treatment. They investigate disease, conduct research and develop medicines. They play a key role in the development of safe and effective medicines, agrochemicals and chemicals, and contribute to animal conservation and protection. The department has started online veterinary pathology museum, which is extremely useful to global students.
It takes a lot of time because we have to collect the specimens from post-mortem cases and also visiting the slaughterhouses, etc. And also we are having a tie-up program with zoo. So whenever any zoo animal dies, they will bring the animal here for conducting post-mortems, and we have to give certificate. Based on that, they will write off the value of that this one. Some of the specimens which we have collected, that diseases are completely eradicated. For example, rinderpest is completely eradicated in the country in 2011 May.
Among the different veterinary universities, in keeping and maintenance and preserving the very rare specimens of the different species of the animal diseases, including cancer conditions, even including wild animals, we are having a very rare collection of the specimens. And majority of the people benefited by seeing the morphological features of the specimens. In future, online veterinary pathology museum we have started now, and as globally I think everybody can see the museum details. So we have given the preamble and we have given uploaded different specimen photos with points. Globally all people are observing this one.
The department receives several postmortems and materials for histopathology and clinical pathology work from field staff, livestock research stations, disease investigation officers and veterinary hospitals of the college, forest departments, zoo and parks. Tissue samples are collected and some are processed to make microscope slides that are evaluated for microscopic changes in the tissues. Other samples may be submitted for further testing such as mineral analysis or bacterial identification.
In health, the organs they appear in a particular fashion, and in diseases they appear in a different way. So that's how by seeing the appearance of different organs after death, that will give us a clue like, oh, like this animal must have died of this disease and all. So similarly, we can also cut open the organs and then see. When you cut open the organ, the texture and the consistency and how does it appear, all those things also give a clue.
On an average, 1,150 tissues are received every year in this department. More than 350 postmortems are conducted every year on various species of animals, including wild and zoo animals. More than 1,000 poultry postmortems are conducted. Cytopathological studies are done for early diagnosis of tumors and reproductive disorders in canines and bovines. The specimens include tumors of wild captive fields, thyroid, horn cancer bullock, osteoporosis, foot and mouth disease, and ulcers.
Wherever it seeds infection, there we will find a particular lesion, and in that particular disease, that particular lesion is present means we will surely tell that this is the disease by which we will give our diagnosis. That is the pathognomonic lesion and the pathogenesis. These two are the important aspects in pathology by which a clinician who is having the knowledge of this can go for treatment.
The museum attracts high-profile dignitaries, visitors, students, professors, and researchers from all parts of the country. In fact, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu had visited the Pathology Museum at Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University as part of his official visit after delivering the convocation address. Vice President Naidu had appealed to the veterinary graduates to become crusaders to protect and conserve nature and all its life forms. He gave a clarion call to preserve the biodiversity, natural habitats, forests and oceans, stating that they were being destroyed due to the reckless exploitation of natural resources and thoughtless disposal of waste. On leveraging technology, he called upon all veterinary and agricultural universities to have engineering wings and, more importantly, IT departments to make use of the endless possibilities of technology.
You have indeed chosen a noble profession. Veterinary science is a multidisciplinary subject which includes research on diagnosis, control, prevention and treatment of animal diseases, and also deals with basic zoology, welfare and care of animals. It should be noted that all activities of animal sciences affect human health either directly or indirectly. Veterinary science at a fundamental level is human health activity only.
Even the Anatomy Museum here has lured the attention of researchers and animal enthusiasts alike. Anatomy is important for comparative studies of different species of animals. The anatomical knowledge is an important aspect for the vets. The anatomy of animals has long fascinated people with mural paintings depicting the superficial anatomy of animals dating back to the Paleolithic era. However, evidence suggests that the earliest appearance of scientific anatomical study may have been in ancient Babylonia. Anatomy is considered a cornerstone in human and veterinary medical education, as this basic science discipline provides vital foundation to build the knowledge of the clinical practice of medicine.
Unless a surgeon will not be a perfect man unless he has got a good knowledge about the anatomical structures involved, whether it is blood vessels or nerves or muscles like that, joints. Not only surgery, even physiology. If a student has to understand the physiology well, he has to have a sound knowledge of the anatomical aspects. So, physiology is functional aspect, anatomy is a structural aspect. Both are very interrelated and closely related.
The Department of Anatomy in the Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University boasts of one of the best museums in the country. Representatives of different veterinary colleges visit this museum on the recommendations of Indian Council of Agriculture Research. The museum showcases specimens, historical slides, bones and skeletons. The department has undertaken the research projects on the morphology and coronary circulation of heart of Indian goats, histological studies of testes of crossbreed sheep, morphological studies of the pituitary gland goats, histological studies of ducks, studies on cranial glands of civet cat and ossification of facial bones in gyr.
So we have all the facilities, and also we have all the skeletons of the animals, including some wild animals also we have collected, and based on based on these the specimens, now the students are acquainted with the recent the models of the animals, and also they are also knowing the exact structure of the various species, including the wild animals. And also we are preparing the microscopic structures, and also we have the cryostat. This is one of the latest the facility which are using for the enzymatic studies and other things.
The university also houses world-class diagnostic lab. The lab is equipped with sophisticated equipment for fast and accurate diagnosis of animal and poultry diseases. It receives samples of different sections: microbiology, pathology, and biochemical analysis. The lab aids in early and accurate diagnosis of animal and poultry diseases to cater to the needs of the farmers.
Farmers actually health is very important for the diseases. So once the disease is properly diagnosed, so it will be very useful for the proper treatment, early treatment of the diseases, so that we can save the animals, livestock of animals. So if the animal wealth is good, automatically the production system will be good, thereby upliftment of the farmers, economy of the farmers will be increased, means automatically the economy of the state also increases. So that's animal health plays an important role in the farmers benefits, in turn state benefit also, and in turn national benefit.
Veterinary science is multidimensional and is absolutely imperative for the growth of the agriculture sector. It has also opened up several career options for our youth. Young animal lovers naturally veer towards a career where they can nurture and care for animals. The field offers several career avenues. As there are 169 registered breeds of livestock and poultry in India, which include 41 breeds of cattle, 13 breeds of buffalo, 42 breeds of sheep, 28 breeds of goat, 7 each of pig and horse, 9 breeds of camel, 1 breed each of yak and donkey among livestock, and 18 breeds of chicken and 1 breed each of duck, geese among poultry group. With the advent of era of national sovereignty on genetic resources under the Convention on Biological Diversity, a new approach is required to catalogue and describe the animal breeds. There is a need to protect our native animal genetic diversity in the light of global scenario after World Trade Organization and intellectual property rights. Understanding the diversity, distribution, basic characteristics, comparative performance, and current status of each country's animal genetic resource is essential for efficient and sustainable use, improvement, and conservation. Animal husbandry has shown tremendous growth over the last few years and holds the key to doubling farmers' income by the year 2022. And thus, the role of vets assumes paramount importance. That's all I had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Rajya Sabha Television.